Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming on YouTube. Numi's Members Night. We're going to have some exciting announcements. Having said that, there are people who are in the Zoom room right now. The numbers are swelling, but we're also going to be playing this back on YouTube, so we do have a live recording. With that in mind, 60-second timer, and we'll be starting. So let's go. Alrighty, for those people who do not speak fluent English, have a quick listen to this.
Untuk mengaktifkan terjemahan bahasa Indonesia, silakan klik caption di panel laptop atau handphone Anda semua.
Para poder obtener la traducción en español, es necesario hacer clic en el menú de Zoom y elegir la opción Subtítulos en español.
大家好，如果你想看字幕，请按屏幕底下的 CC 按钮，选择中文。此功能仅适用于直播。
Bonjour, bienvenue à cet événement Numi. Vous pouvez activer les sous-titres dans votre langue en cliquant sur Sous-titres au bas de l'écran. Veuillez noter que cette option fonctionne uniquement dans la salle Zoom en direct. Merci et bonne écoute.
大家好，如果你想看字幕，請按屏幕底下嘅 CC 按鈕選擇中文。呢個功能淨係適用於直播。
Brilliant. And I love Members Night because teamwork makes the dream work, and Phoebe Wallace always hops in and helps me with the door, which is great. I'm just going to change my language to English or Australian. And so, ladies and gentlemen, today's an exciting day because we're going to be hearing from corporate about Neuro. And who's excited about that? I saw a lot of people type in yes. Some people said no, they did not get the alert on the app. So make sure you turn on notifications. This is really important. When you get your members set up with the app, make sure they turn on notifications as well. And that way we know that everyone's going to get all the alerts, which is important because this new command center is amazing. With that in mind, we're going to dovetail today. The first half is the Neuro launch and so forth. And the second half, I'm going to come back in talking a little bit about a competition and also testimonials and some places we're going to suggest you guys make sure you go for that. With that in mind, let me just see if I can see his face. Sergio, you need to turn on your camera. When you do, I'll be able to make you a co-presenter. Where is he? There he is. And so with that, got to know this guy recently when I went over to the summit event, and he is 2 million feet tall, but he's a big, gentle giant. So we're really blessed to have him in the team. So with that in mind, I'm going to hand you over to, where is he? Sergio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's a pleasure to be a part of this exciting, historic members night this evening with Aaron and Ryan. I'm super excited to also be alongside of you here, Michael. We have a lot of exciting announcements today, but first of all, I just want to let you know that we are always looking for ways to improve. And now that we're in a new phase at Numi, just a quick announcement in case you missed any of our communications going out. To support the month end, our call center hours here in Utah have been extended till 10 p.m. tonight, Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so if there are some last minute assistance that some of the members may need, you will have that. And the Diamond support is extended until 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's something really good. I'm glad that we need this kind of additional support. And I'm very happy that we can offer that to you to see how it goes. Be patient with us. This is the first time we're doing this, but we hope to work around better to meet your needs at month end going forward. And next, Achieve, I received some questions about Achieve. We'll have some good announcements on that next Wednesday. But as the main question on how this works, as you know, very quickly, I won't spend too much time on it, but just to be clear, it's a special request. If I enroll someone, a new member, I get 1 point, correct? They have to have 100 QB and above. If that person I enroll has an auto ship or reoccurring order to go through the following month, or even a reoccurring after that order, you get 2 points if it's 100 QB and above, and that goes to the sponsor. Now, that's the affiliation part. You also get 10 points for personal new rank advancements. That's a brand new rank you haven't achieved before. And you also get rank advancement points for helping your direct, personally sponsored members rank advance as well. So it's a great model to duplicate. And here's the fun part. So quarterly pack, this is where the little bit of the question comes in. If I enroll someone in a quarterly pack, I'm going to get 5 points immediately up front because of the value of the quarterly pack. Now, what happens? Here's a scenario. Let's say that someone that signed up in July has purchased a quarter pack and they decide to put that on auto ship. And let's say in October, automatically that runs again. You're going to get 6 points because, as we know, 2 points for every auto ship order of 100 QB or more will generally get you that. So in this case, a quarterly pack will get the sponsor 6 points for that new member that was enrolled after July. And this only counts July enrollments, July of 2024 through December 2024. It does not count any previous enrollments that were already in the system. But further questions, please reach out to me, Sergio@neurome.com. In the next week, I'm excited to share with you some of the metrics you will be able to use to track your progress. But having said that, I would like to bring on our wonderful CEO, Aaron Rennert, who is excited to be here with us. He actually called me before the call and said, "Oh, Sergio, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Let's do this." So as Mike said, we got everything ready, and here we are. Without any further ado, here's our CEO, Aaron Rennert. Welcome, Aaron.
Well, Sergio, thank you. And everybody, you need to understand how grateful we are to have Sergio on board with us. He is absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you this, my phone calls have gone down by about 300%. He has literally just jumped in and taken over and made sure that everything we're doing is done the correct way. He brings a lot of wisdom and a lot of background, a lot of experience, and it's really been fantastic. I mean, Ryan and I talk about it daily. We've got all these wonderful things with sales and with our marketing direction and everything else. And it's just good to have these types of individuals that are joining the team, again, bringing great experience, great background with them. So again, Sergio, thank you for being here. And for everybody's knowledge, I will tell you something that I wasn't going to say. But my wife and I had a concert tonight. We're going to go see Pat Benatar. If anybody grew up in the 80s, you may know who that was. We mentioned it at work yesterday, and everybody goes, "Who?" So at any rate, we were driving there, and unfortunately for her, she's not feeling well tonight. So fortunately for us, fortunately for me, I'm able to jump on the call tonight. So that's why it was the exciting call, even though my wife said, "Are you kidding me? Let's go to dinner." And I said, "I'd rather just lunch this real quick. We got a few hours that we can still eat." So the long and short of it is, here's why I'm so excited, folks. This Neuro product has been absolutely remarkable in every way. We have seen results and benefits and testimonials coming back that have just absolutely floored us. And as a result, it gets us more and more excited every day when we hear these testimonials, when we hear the feedback, when we hear about people having some great experiences. And there's a reason for it, and there's a reason why we came out with this product. So I want to jump into some basic facts about the brain first. Let's elevate that understanding. Let's understand it better. And then let's understand why Numi said, hey, we need to come out with an incredible nootropic that really does something, that really delivers the nutrition, that really gets the ingredients into the cells, and specifically into that incredible organ, the brain. So what I'd like you to do, I always tell people, grab a pencil and a piece of paper, a pen and a piece of paper. Just grab whatever you take notes on. Nowadays, I think everybody takes notes on their phones or tablets, whatever. So I want to read a couple of things that I pulled up so that you guys can kind of get an idea, but take notes on this because it's extremely important. We're going to start with the brain and oxygen consumption. The brain uses approximately 20% of the body's total oxygen supply, despite being only about 2% of the body's total body weight. So think about that, 2% of the total body weight of the body, but yet it's using 20% of the oxygen necessary for life. It's an amazing, amazing thing. When we talk about energy demand, the brain consumes about 20% of the body's energy as well. So even at rest, it's highly active. It's constantly going through transactions and processing information, maintaining vital functions, et cetera, sending signals out to the necessary organs, the muscles, the spine, the endocrine system, everywhere. So it's doing all of these wonderful things. And while it's doing that, this neuron count comes into play. And the human brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons. Think about that, 86 billion neurons. So these neurons form complex networks and communicate through trillions of synapses. So think about that. We have this enabling everything from basic motor functions to complex cognitive processes in the brain. It's just an absolutely amazing functional organ that's doing so many things at one time. As a matter of fact, speed of processing. Information in the brain travels at different speeds depending, but they figure that it travels some as fast as 268 miles per hour. For those in kilometers, 431 kilometers. Think about that number. 268 or 431 kilometers per hour. The information is traveling that superhighway in the brain. So we've got an incredible brain that's doing all kinds of wonderful things. And then we've got the blood supply. And we know that we've got this incredible pump. Steve says it every day. He goes, isn't it amazing that we have this incredible pump in our body that nobody can figure out how to make another pump like it. They can't figure out how to make it pump for 80, 90, 100, some people 110 years. They can't figure out how to create the same pump, but we've got it in our body. So here we've got this heart that's pumping blood, and the brain needs 750 milliliters of blood per minute. 750 milliliters of blood per minute, delivering oxygen and nutrition. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. And then, of course, we talk about thoughts. The brain produces approximately 70,000 thoughts per day. It's illustrating the incredible complexity and activity of this organ. It gives you an idea of what that organ is doing on a daily basis. Now, here's a really cool thought for you. Memory storage. The brain storage capacity is virtually unlimited. Think about that. The brain storage capacity is virtually unlimited. If I have my phone here, I may have to delete some photos because it just doesn't have enough storage. But when we think about what that device has replaced in our household, computers and sound systems and stereo systems and all kinds of different processing and calculator, you name it, it's done everything. But our brain can store more. So think about this. The brain can store around 2.5 petabytes of information. That's over 1 million gigabytes. And it's comparable to 3 million hours of TV shows. Now, that's a lot of TV, folks. Electrical activity, enough to power a small light bulb. Multitasking. We always talk about men are not real great at multitasking. Women are fantastic. The reason for it is that when we actually go into multitasking mode, we're switching rapidly between tasks. So the problem is, I think for men, I have no idea, that we're taking our time to actually go off of one and go to another, whereas my wife can literally watch a TV show, be on Instagram, and be having a conversation with me. I have no idea how she does it, but it could be as a direct result of our incredible product called Neuro. So the fact is, folks, we have all of these incredible facts that talk about why NUMMI would come out with a product called Neuro and why we need it and why we need it more now than we ever have in the past. So it's about inspiration and research. We found out that we have an incredible team that's out in the field around the world that brings us all kinds of thoughts and ideas. And as we travel, we learn more about it. And then, of course, our job is innovating. I put up on the screen while we were in Salt Lake at our event, our RISE event, I said, innovate or die. Why? Because we've got to constantly be pushing the envelope. We've got to constantly be breaking down the box sides. We've got to be constantly doing the things that are going to bring innovation and wellness to the world. And that's our goal. And we do it through what? Hydrostat molecular encapsulation. That's exactly the process in which we deliver these incredible ingredients to the cells. So if we go to the next slide, meet Neuro. Folks, this is this incredible product. We had a blowout when people were here at the RISE event. We only offered it to those people at the RISE event. And I can tell you this right now, they bought more than we thought they would. I'll tell you that I'm finding product being shipped all around the world. As a matter of fact, I've talked to a number of people that already have that Neuro product in different parts of the world that I wonder, how'd they get that product? But listen, we know that when a product comes out that's going to change people's lives, everybody wants it. So it doesn't matter who went to that event at the RISE event. I know that people were I think we had somebody buy $7,000 worth of product, just to give you an idea. It gives you a little bit of an indication that this product is going to fly. And why? because we're seeing the benefits so quickly. We're seeing the results so quickly. It's an experiential product. And so again, a groundbreaking new formula that is going directly into the brain and providing the necessary nutrition to help us with our cognitive processes. So next slide. Now, so what is it? Again, I talked about this earlier. It's an innovative product that we've created, giving us the right type of ingredients that are complementing each other so that they can go into the brain and really give it the sources of nutrition that the brain needs. Folks, the brain is a very specific organ. It needs specific nutrition. And that's why there is this wonderful thing called the blood-brain barrier. Why? Because you don't want to send stuff into it that you don't want. And of course, when we talk about it, when we've got this incredible blood flow, things are flying through. Well, it's also important to realize that you're also taking garbage out. So garbage or good nutrition in, take the old garbage out, clean out those cells and start working on the way that you need it. And again, doing it with our molecular encapsulation. Next slide. Let's go to the next one. And while we're doing that, I want to just mention one thing, folks. When we come out with these products, and it's always the wonderful thing about this network marketing industry, everybody wants to be a scientist. And what I highly recommend is you don't need to be a scientist to really work with people. As a matter of fact, I recommend that you use the slides and the presentation exactly how it's built. Add in your little bit of your flavor, your humor, your thoughts, maybe some stories. But the fact is, use it. Number one, it's compliant the way it is right now. And number two, it's extremely straightforward. All you have to do is read. You can read directly through it. So the good news is we don't want doctors. We don't want scientists. We want people that understand. If anything, get them to the message. Just be the messenger, run them to the message and get them to these presentations. So again, enhance focus and mental energy, support for long-term health or for brain health. And as I mentioned, improve cognitive performance and memory. As we're going to the next slide, one of the things that Steve and I talk about all the time is that we talk about the fact that we have this incredible transaction device in the brain. We've got all these incredible things that we get to do with this brain every single day. But the fact is that as we've all identified and noticed over the last few months and maybe the years, we've started to slow down a little bit. There have been some things that have just changed dynamically within the world. And so as a result, that's why we wanted to come out with a product that had all of the right ingredients to really deliver it the way that we needed it delivered. So arginine, what does arginine do? Well, we know it's a massive vasodilator. It's incredible. Arginine is an incredible product to help with blood flow. With circulation. So we've got this opening and softening of the blood vessels to really start pushing dynamically these ingredients through. We've got caffeine, it boosts your cognitive response system. But the beautiful thing about caffeine, it's extremely low dosage. There is very, very little in there. But the fact is, caffeine is known to do incredible things for cognitive performance. Glutathione, everybody knows the words about glutathione. I won't even get into it, but it is the master antioxidant. It reduces oxidative stress. It protects against oxidative stress. And that's where most of the stresses come into the brain and start to cause the problems that we start to deal with in terms of lack of cognitive response. Magnesium, absolutely important and necessary for the brain function. So we wanted to put magnesium in. Alpha GPC, of course, again, essential for memory and learning. As we go to the next slide, we've got all kinds of, again, complementary ingredients. Calcium ascorbate, L-cysteine, acetyl L-carnitine. All of these ingredients are specific, supporting blood vessel health, helping reduce oxidative stress in cells, supporting energy production in cells, supports cell-to-cell communication, promotes relaxation, reducing the stress and enhancing focus and attention. Again, the stresses and the distractions come from an exhausted brain. That's when most sports injuries happen. That's when most wrecks and accidents happen. That's when certain things happen in terms of our job and our job performance even. So if we can keep that cognitive response up, it's going to work even better. Ginkgo biloba, supporting cognitive function by promoting blood flow and protecting the cells. Again, MSM, helping reduce inflammation in the body and in the brain. Curcumin, everybody knows and loves curcumin, but what is it? What does it do? It protects against oxidative stress and helps reduce the inflammation. Inflammation getting to the brain is a massive way to stop the blood flow and to slow down the nutrition and the oxygen and everything else. So the ability to reduce inflammation is absolutely important. And then again, pyridoxal 5-phosphate, essential for various cognitive processes. Next slide. So we built this product. We probably overbuilt it, to be quite honest with you, but because of the delivery system with hydrostat molecular encapsulation, this technology allows that nutrition to get directly into the cells with one pass of the circulatory system. And when we think about that, we've got this incredible pump that's moving all this blood and all this oxygen, all this nutrition, and now you're feeding that nutrition directly into the brain, giving it an absolute performance booster, as we all know. Now, everybody asks and they say, what do we do and how do we use it? Same way you use Swish. Put it in the serving cup. It's got a little serving cup that comes on the top. You can swish that back, hold it in your mouth for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe a little bit longer. I usually do a minute to 2 minutes. It's up to you. I usually walk around while I'm swishing, so I kind of take a little bit more time, but just use it and enjoy it. Let it get absorbed into the blood. Let it get into the cells. Let it start doing its job. You'll start noticing a difference. And again, one of the things that we wanted to do was ensure that we had efficacy in those ingredients. We're always looking at everything we can do to adjust the size of the nutrition. We want to be able to get that nutrition into the cells. We understand how it works. So we want to get those powerful ingredients into the tiniest particles that we can so that they can be delivered through a hydrostat encapsulation technology. And that is what we're doing on a daily basis with everything we do. But this is the latest, folks. Next slide. So let's go to the next one. I mentioned this earlier. I don't have a bottle in front of me, but again, real simple. Measure 2 teaspoons full of the product. 1 capful equals 1 teaspoon. So real simple. Pour it into the dough, into the serving cup, swish in your mouth for 30 seconds or more, repeat it twice a day. One thing I want to recommend and make sure that you know, for those of you that have used this product in the past, for those of you that know if you've used it after, say, 6 o'clock at night, you may have had a longer night. I think Ruth Prince, who I had a chance to chat with at our Rise event, may have mentioned that it has a special name in her household because she got stuff done. I won't use the other word. The GSD, she got stuff done. Her husband walked into her office late at night and said, Ruth, what are you doing? And Ruth said, man, I didn't even realize how long I've been in here. I'm just getting stuff done. So the fact is, it's a get stuff done kind of product. That's the bottom line. So use a little bit more if you need to. Just like I do Swish. Sometimes I'll do Swish at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Steve has me doing it right before I go to bed at night. So there are all these things that we start doing that we try to identify how to custom tailor it to us. Next slide. Now, one of the things that I want everybody to realize is that we at NUMMI are absolutely committed to safety and efficacy. One of the things that we do is we do a test on the way out the door. So we take our product and we make sure it's tested. That makes sure that there's no microbials, no growth, no bacteria, no anything. It also tests for efficacy. So we want to make sure that the ingredients are alive, that they're working, and that things are active. And then, of course, it gets down to our bottler. They go through another test. So we do all production at our facility. It sends down to the bottler. Bottler goes through the process. They make sure that everything's done the way that it should be done by testing it again before they'll even put it on their lines. And then once it comes off the line, they pull sample batches again. They send it out to test. And before we can even send it to you, before we can even send it to our warehouse, it has to be tested one more time. The reason that I bring that up is because we have extremely high standards for quality, purity, and efficacy. And so we want to make sure that you know that coming in, but we also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you have any issues, if you don't feel like it did anything for you, send it back to us. If you want a different product, send it back to us and ask the customer service, say, hey, what do you have? What else do you have? Because I know you guys have incredible products. That didn't do much for me. Maybe something else will. We would love to show you other products, not just this one, because the other products that we've got are absolutely incredible. So the good news is we've got all kinds of wonderful things that we'll continue to come out with. Like I said, innovate or die, folks. We are going to continue daily coming up with the formulas, coming up with the right type of products to change people's lives. Changing lives will change literally generations of people across the world. And so we couldn't be more excited to bring out this product. As a matter of fact, we're so excited that at the end of this call, they're going to mention something because it may be that we can actually start ordering this product tonight. So again, I'll let them announce it as we go through this, but let me just send it back to Sergio. So everybody, thank you for being on the call, taking time out of your night on a Wednesday night. And by the way, Michael, thank you for letting us hijack members night because we decided, hey, you know what? We need to get this product out in front of everybody today. So we wanted to do it today. And I said, there's no better way to do it. Michael is the most absolute stringent guy when it comes to these calls. And I thought, you know what? We know we're having a call and we know Michael will help us get it done. So that's the bottom line. So Michael, as always, thank you for adapting, pivoting, and helping us get these things done. Sergio, I'll send it back to you. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, thank you, Aaron. This is so exciting. You know, I'll make a confession. I'm a big fan of neurotropics. I've actually been taking neurotropic supplements for about 5 years now. And this is my new go-to. I've been taking this for the past 2 weeks, and I really like it. I can't go really a day without it. Twice a day. Sometimes I've taken it 3 times, but I can just see how well it works and how clean it is. And it even tastes great. So I'm really happy, to now not only be introduced to this when I first came to the company, but now to have this side by side. And even the skin, I admit, I use it daily, twice a day, sometimes 3. But it's my pleasure to introduce now our Chief Strategic Officer and our co-founder, Mr. Ryan Scott. Come in, please.
Awesome. I'm right here. My camera's broken or something's going on with my Zoom, so I can't see anyone. I like being able to see people's faces and wave to people, but everyone's cameras are black and I can't even really see myself. So I'll do the best with what I have, but it's good to see everyone. Thank you for that awesome presentation, Aaron. And I want to get a round of applause for our marketing team. We have a new marketing team and they put together that Neuro presentation. They put together the 90-day success planner, which can now be found in your app. They are doing a great job at really elevating our brand, and they're taking a lot of load off of us so that we can focus on certain things like getting systems in place and making it easier for you guys to continue to sell products. And I just want to echo what Sergio said and talk a little bit more about this Neuro product. I see that Sergio's sharing the screen. Let me see. There we go. Let's not show the promo slide quite yet, but so we wanted to I just wanted to emphasize a couple things. One of them is how incredible it tastes. If any of you guys were part of the Diamond crew who received some early batches to test it out, it didn't taste very great. In fact, it was a little more bitter than even our NutraSwish. And we had some flavor professionals come in, and no artificial sweeteners, no sugar, no anything, but it tastes so good. It's mango peach flavored, keeping with the orange theme. At least for me, I'm colorblind. I think those are the right colors. But mango and orange, or mango and peach, yeah, it's incredible. I don't want to call it addicting, but it's definitely one of my favorite products, and especially favorite tasting products. But man, taking it when I'm, working on things and I need to focus, or when I need energy, I take it before working out. I take a couple capfuls a day, just because I like it. And I have so many friends that are constantly using energy drinks and, addicted to Monsters and Red Bulls and Rock Stars that have 200 milligrams of caffeine, and they're only taking it so that they can function. There's a lot of things that are inside those products that are so damaging to your cells, to your brain, and they just take it for that quick burst of energy. But it's so cool that we finally have something. We always talked about NutraSwish has the stealth energy. This one's not stealth. This one's nuclear, and it's so awesome. All my friends that have taken it have kept asking me if they can get more and more and more and more. And they're the ones that were addicted to energy drinks. I have a friend in construction who wakes up at 5 a.m. every day and goes to bed at midnight, and he was just, his not healthy at all. And he got on this product and he's completely off energy drinks now. And he feels so much healthier. His mood is improved. We have stories upon stories upon stories. And that leads me to my next point, that not only is it a great product for our existing customers, but this opens up a whole new market, a whole new audience, right? There are a lot of 30-year-olds and 20-year-olds that may not necessarily feel the instant effects of NutraSwish because maybe their glutathione levels are already high, and doesn't mean they shouldn't be taking our product, but we know how people can be skeptical and they don't necessarily know all the benefits. Sometimes people need to feel something to be truly converted. And this is something that you can feel. So if I had a business, I would be going after, college kids, athletes, anyone who needs to stay awake during work, of any age demographic. And then we have the older demographic as well. Steve always talks about a certain thing that happened to him in 2020, 2021, and how he can't remember things as well sometimes. And he calls them his, moments and from after this thing that happened to him. And this has helped him with those moments. This has helped his memory. It helps everyone's memory and mood and focus and energy. I'm really passionate about this product because it's something that all my friends can take and feel, and they're all begging me for more. So now I do want to emphasize to continue using NutraSwish. This does have glutathione in it, but it doesn't have as much glutathione in it, right? Our NutraSwish is our glutathione product, and it has a much higher concentrate of glutathione and L-cysteine. This, we had to dial back the glutathione so that we could pack in other brain-focused ingredients. So continue using NutraSwish. Neuro is a great complement. And another thing I wanted to mention, this is going to be in other markets quickly. I don't want to give any timelines because I don't want Chris to smack me tomorrow, but it is a lot easier to register in other countries than the HERS product. So I know some of you might be out there thinking, oh man, well, we haven't even gotten HERS yet. Well, we realize that, and there's a very high chance that all these markets will be getting Neuro before HERS just because of the complexity of registering botanicals that are in our HERS products. So the Neuro will be in lots of markets very quickly, and this will also be in the app. So this is a great customer-facing product that you can send, the Neuro page, and it will have all the information of Neuro on it. And people can just buy it one bottle, one time, just one click checkout. Great way to start acquiring customers and to get that 10% extra commission from selling something from the app. That promotion is going to continue throughout all August. So any sales you make in the app, you will get 10% extra commission on. And if you purchase from within the app, you will also get 10% volume, additional volume from those purchases. So you could purchase this from within the app once we launch it, if you want to test your first purchase from there. So with that being said, I want to announce our promotion that we will be having for the month of August. I couldn't be more excited. So we are launching this, and we are actually going to be launching it tonight. So starting, I think right now, it will be available in the back office and online. We have a buy 3, get 1 free promotion. So this is great for a whole family to start selling or sharing with your friends. This is an incredible sample product. This is a product where you can take the new dosing cup that they have on all the lids and give it to your friends and family and have them try it out. And in one dose, that's been my number one feedback, is the people that purchased it at the event have said, I'm 3 for 3. I shared this with 3 people. They each got 1 dose, and they all came back to me and asked for more. So what a great sampling, what a great sharing product. So this is our offer: buy 3, get 1 free. We will also have single bottles in the back office, as well as 1 quarterly pack SKU. I believe the quarterly pack SKU is 3 NutraSwish, 3 Skin, 3 NutraSwish, 3 Neuro, 3 NutraSwish, and 1 Skin for that $300. We'll be coming out with more quarterly packs in the near future that include Neuro. And guys, I'm just so excited. This is a product that is going to take us to the next level. I just did a podcast with Direct Selling News on Monday. It'll be airing tomorrow. And we told the story about Numi, about where we started, what makes us different, why we don't charge, annual fees, why we don't charge enrollment fees, why our products are so incredible and they're cheaper than the competition, all the value that we've liked to add as a company. And that's what's kept us growing over these past few years when the industry has been indeed shrinking. So, and we mentioned this product. We talked about Neuro and how we were launching it. It's kind of cool. The podcast drops tomorrow and our product drops tomorrow for the public. But you guys on this call can all go on and purchase it. All of our promotions and these slides will be going out tomorrow at 6 a.m. And so all of your teams will get that information tomorrow if you don't get it to them first. And so I will be sure to I think the only place it's on right now, it's not on right now, is the app. The app will only have the single bottle purchase for right now. I don't think it'll have the buy 3, get 1 free. I'm going to be adding that sometime tomorrow. So with that being said, I'm really excited and I'll pass it back to Sergio. Thank you.
Oh, I'm super excited, Ryan, Aaron, everyone here on the call. What a great excitement moment. We're living history here, and it is a great product. So go out and try it. And this, to be clear, is going to be available in US and Canada. And just like Ryan said, be alert for the next few weeks and months when we work our way into other international markets. Mr. Michael Firth, we appreciate letting us participate this evening on Members Night. I will pass the time to you now.
Beautiful. What a great call. Exciting to be involved in that. Whoops, just lost my one of my things. So what's really cool, I was watching the chat and some people typed in a question about the molecule size. And I thought, Steve talks in word pictures, and I just say this. Trying to drive a bus through a keyhole is impossible, yeah? So as we talk about surface contact from a molecule, so the person was asking about how many milligrams is irrelevant because those milligrams don't get into a cell. Whereas if you had a bus that was mini and could go straight into the cell, that's what we have. So, size does matter, right? It's the smaller your, I know a few grins when I said that, the smaller your molecule, the better. And so we get into places nobody else can, which makes our products way more effective. So it's trying to compare a traditional product with ours in milligrams is trying to compare a cheeseburger to a Ferrari. There's no mechanical, mathematical thing that you could do to make that happen. So Phoebe, if you can keep focusing on letting people in the room, I'm going to jump in and hop into this part of the presentation. We have shortened today's presentation on this part simply so we could squeeze in what you've just seen today, but this dovetails in beautifully. There's a competition at the end. Don't log off. If you do, you'll miss out on the competition. So we're going to talk about field development and a simple pathway. So a simple pathway to field development. Now, the romantic notion when you get in network marketing is, I want to be a trainer. Oh, I want to train the world. This is exciting. And that's fantastic. But of course, let's work back from the ultimate. The ultimate would be training the trainer because you want leverage. You want trainers to be training people when you're asleep. And, I love the fact that that's already happened for me in Numi. There are people in different languages training their teams downline right around the world in pretty much every continent. But how do you get to train the trainer? Well, you've got to be a trainer yourself first. How do you become a good trainer? Well, just because you've got a rank doesn't mean you'd make a great trainer. Maybe you need some coaching and mentoring on how to deliver a message better. Again, how do you be a trainer till you've been a presenter? Because that would be inauthentic. Oh, I want to train you, but I've never presented myself. Of course, we don't want to be fake. We want to be, with integrity. So learn how to present the normal slides. Now, the good news is, and if Anton's listening, he'll have a conniption when I say this, Anton is working on a new, smaller set of slides that will be faster and easier to present. And I can see Phoebe, I can see Ruth, and these guys are all presenting all the time. And they're going, we need a smaller version. That's coming. I can't tell you when, but I did give him a prod yesterday and he's on it. Then one step smaller than that, what about just becoming a high-energy MC? Now, I'm going to call out a couple of people here. Ronan Brown, who's exploding Israel. James Lewis, who's exploded throughout the US and other parts of the world as well, Latin America, everywhere. Both of them are not Michael Firth. They don't need to be Michael Firth, but they are the best versions of themselves. And they came on and did a quick 2-minute MC introduction of Steve recently, first time they'd done it, and they just nailed it. It's a baby step. It's designed to be a baby step. So stick your hand up if you want to be an MC. You don't need to be a diamond to do it. You might be a 3-star, whoever. If you're a 1-star, hey, let's get your business moving first before we focus you on that. We want to be authentic. We don't want to talk theory. We want to talk practice. So let's get your business moving. And when you rank a bit higher, then let's have you hop into that. But today, The focus is this one, a 2-minute testimonial. Why 2 minutes? Well, a powerful testimonial is 2 minutes. The shorter, the better. In fact, why would you say shorter is better? Well, number one, just like the picture there shows a symphony, sometimes you're going to be invited to come on and be part of the symphony. Someone's doing a business presentation and they say, hey, Jerry, I'm looking at Jerry now. Jerry, you need to come on and do your testimonial, but we need you to keep it to 2 minutes. Now, if Jerry came on without any training and then for whatever reason just waffled and waffled and waffled for 10 minutes, he screwed up the symphony. The symphony is he's playing the violin with a quick testimonial, and that complements the people on the drums and complements the whole presentation. So when we get asked to do a testimonial, we just stick to our testimonial. We don't jump into explaining the science. That's what the presenter's doing. That's the conductor. Your role is to play the violin, tell your testimonial. So people have a very short attention span. And this is why one of the most productive, highest played tools we've ever had in the whole of Numi happens to be the interviews we do. Because people's attention span listens to a presenter ask a question and a 30-second to a 1-minute answer and vice versa. It's quick, it's easy, people can stay attentive. Whereas if you just talk through your presentation or talk through a long testimonial, you will lose people. Right now, because of the X-Gens, they have the attention span of a gnat. So you've got to get to this point really, really quickly, right? And so remember this too, your testimonial does not need to hit every single benefit of the product because it's one-dimensional. No matter how amazing your results on the product are, they are still going to be one-dimensional. And I say that because talking glutathione, I'm not going to talk about medical conditions, but I had a partner who had a serious thing happen to her and she started using glutathione years ago and then bounced back to life. Now, I haven't had that personal experience she had, and I'm not even going to name it, but I don't need to because I'm only one of the people in the symphony. I'll tell my experience, what happened for me. Maybe I'm sleeping better. Maybe I've got more energy. And the next person comes on and says, wow, I don't sleep better, but wow, my mental acuity's off the charts. Every person in the symphony complements the next one. So that's why. What about what? Well, the best play to learn how to do a great testimonial is hop out and look at your 90-day planner, which is now in your apps. Thank you, Ryan. It's in there as of today. The other place to practice and work out if you have a powerful testimonial or whether you are War and Peace, death by PowerPoint waffling, right? Go to your upline and bounce it off them and ask if they thought it was punchy enough and powerful enough, and maybe they'll help you tweak some words. If your upline is brand new and they don't really know what they're doing, you do have a diamond, a mentor, a coach, someone upline. We pay the diamonds extra income to mentor the people who don't have the experience. Okay. The word sponsor means responsible for the person you introduced. Okay. So go back through your direct upline and ask for some support, and I guarantee you they'll be willing to help you. So I said the 90-day success planner is live. Ta-da! If you go to your app right now, it is right there in English. Now we are bringing it out in other languages, but it's in English immediately right now. You can download it and have a look at it. And in there, it has 5 steps. So they're a bit small print, so I couldn't put them on the screen. But if you're asking someone to produce a testimonial, a short, powerful 2-minute testimonial, in fact, in the book, it says 30 seconds. Why did we say 30 seconds? Because we know if we say 30 seconds, you're going to take 2 minutes, right? So don't plan on 2 minutes, plan on 30 seconds, and then you'll probably go 2 minutes, which is powerful. If we say 2 minutes and you go for 8, you've just killed it, right? You've destroyed the symphony. So what's your background? People want to relate to you. Okay, what do you do for a living, right? This is really powerful. I'll give you an example of mine in a minute without even reading anything, right? And then what's your rut or what's your aspiration? Okay. Is it because you're stuck in a job you hate, or maybe you've had poor health for many years? We'll talk about that in a minute. Number 3, what are the results of the product and or the business? Don't be one-dimensional. Let's just talk about product. If you do just that and you never mention the benefits of the business and you wonder why everyone else is growing it to crowns and you're still stuck at 1 star, maybe you're only focusing on product. Maybe that's the reason. Number 4, why are you excited now? And then, of course, number 5, combine that into a 30-second, worst case 2 minutes, powerful testimonial. Now, you guys have heard me when I start my presentation presenting every time, and it may sound like, parrot fashion now, but it's just a fact. When I start, I say, before I start presenting, let's just tell you a little bit about me so you know who's presenting to you. I was a national sales coach. Now, by the way, watch the screen and see if you can see where this fits in. I was a national sales coach in the mortgage industry for many years, And I loved my job with a passion. But what I found is the higher I went up in the corporate world, the more money I earned, and then the less time I had with my family. And it was my daughter who came to me when she was about 12 and just said, Dad, I hardly see you. I feel like a visitor. And it was like stabbing me in the eye with a ballpoint pen. I just thought, what am I doing? Okay, so I got started with a glutathione company, and I don't make ridiculous statements. I didn't end up with a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, but eventually I had a similar income to the corporate world, but about 20% of the hours. So I had my life back. Now, that's a business testimonial. You saw my background, my rut, how the business affected it, and why I'm so excited, all in 30 seconds. You could do the same with a product testimonial. If I wanted to pitch just the product, I would go down the angle of my first experience with a product instead. So if that makes sense, how simple that was and how powerful it was by not being too long, type in yes. Let me show you where you can find the 90-day planner, and let me show you a couple of other things too. And then we'll come back to a slide. I'm going to make sure I come back to the slide for a reason. So I'm just going to screencast my phone for you just for a minute. And if I'm on the Wi-Fi, whoops, I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Give me a second. I will be on the Wi-Fi. And then we'll announce the competition in just a moment. Wi-Fi, and here we go. That's good. So if I do AirPlay here, you'll get to see a screen. And then if I go down like that, I should be able to show you my phone. And drum roll, technology takes a few seconds sometimes. Oh, hang on. I know it's not working. My VPN. Take the VPN off. Here we go. Take two. Try it again without a VPN on. And sorry, guys, I'm going to have to start it again. Once you have a VPN, they get in the way of some things, which is annoying, but it works anyway. And do this and try again. Whoop, that one and that one. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here we go. We're good. All right. So here's my phone. And as you can see, here's the app. So if you've emailed me, yes, you might be waiting. Don't email me. Down here. If you click on the app and we open up the app, the first screen you'll see looks like this. So now there's announcements and so forth. But if you scroll down, new and trending 90-day success planner. So I'm going to go back to the top again. One of the things we do is we go to the share button down the bottom. And when we're on the share button, we have playlists and uploads and so forth. And if we go to media across the top, boom, there it is. So you can literally just send it out from there, or you can add it to a playlist. So let me go over to the playlist and show you. So in playlists, I only got this minutes ago. I literally added it into my getting started flow. So I have a quick 30-second video. Now I have the 90-day planner I can send someone, followed by the fast start plan, followed by the 130 building philosophy, which means you'll max out the compensation plan. You don't build 3 legs. If you want the most, you build more. And that's explained by the person who was my mentor, Alex Monterosa. And then the NUMI 1, 2, 3 system. Amazing how many people don't understand that. And finally, third-party validation. If you're my prospect, you still get to meet Alex or corporate because that's important. Now, finally, some people have said, hey, I really love what I just saw overnight where I had AI create an amazing photograph about being a giant, right? And it's gone viral online, I've seen. Well, how did I do that? And how did I add that to my playlist? Good question. Guess what? If you go back to the start of the app on the home screen, and you scroll down, what's one of the things we all know we can do? Right now, we're live streaming on YouTube. You'll be able to play this event back straight after. In fact, it's live right now. If we click the YouTube channel from your app, you can see here we are live right now. But if you scroll down and you keep scrolling, look at this. We've created a playlist. So the first 3 workshops, how to set up your My Site, how to do a playlist, how to add media. If you click that in YouTube, you can go through and you can train yourself on those 3 modules. And as we have other presenters, like Tara's doing a 2-hour version of the what, we're going to come back to the how in these chunk down workshops and add them to the playlist in YouTube at the very same time, which will be really helpful for everybody. So if you like that idea, type in, yes, I'm excited. And while we do that, I'm now going to bring one more thing up on the screen, which is really important. I just want to make sure I didn't lose that. Yes, I did. Interesting. Okay. I accidentally clicked something and deleted it. So I just want to show you something. So we're going to do a competition. Where is the only place, the only place where you know that 100% of the testimonials have been run past compliance? You can guarantee it is. Well, it's only the Numi Nuyu Facebook group, which the company runs. Every other group is specific just teams. It's not open to everybody. They're open to specific teams, and that's totally fine. I'm sure they're keeping abreast of their team ones. But what we don't like doing is cross-pollinating those. We have Numi Nuyu run by the company. So as of today, anyone who submits a testimonial into the Numi Nuyu Facebook group, you will be going into the competition for a prize draw of a $300 pack. Now, if you're in America and Canada and Australia, New Zealand, and some parts of Latin America, we'll be able to make that a $300 pack of this, won't we? Because this will be on the ground. If you're in any other part of the world, don't worry, you'll be getting a $300 pack of this or something else, because we can't ship it into a country that we're not open in. But either way, $300 worth of product. Who's excited by that? Type in yes if you are. So I want to point out a couple of things, though. When you do that, you need to make sure that your testimonial is compliant. Now, I've had people come to me, and I'm saying this and we're live streaming, hey, can this help me with my dad with dementia and Alzheimer's? None of us can answer that question because our product's not designed to treat, cure, and prevent any disease. Everyone who asks that question, any question at all relating to a disease or medical condition, we have to say exactly what Bert and I were chatting about at my birthday. We sat down and he said, I love that. And he adapted it a bit further. So this is a stock standard response you'll see from Numi, and I've been using lately, which is, look, absolutely every nutritional product on the market cannot claim to treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition according to the FDA regulations. Companies and any of their members that make such claims risk the company being permanently shut down, and or the individuals could be pursued legally. Instead, we encourage you to explore the scientific evidence supporting each ingredient on our products. A valuable resource for this is PubMed, operated by the National Institutes of Health, which houses a vast collection of peer-reviewed studies and articles. Our unique hydrostat molecular encapsulation technology reduces the particle size of proven ingredients, enhancing their absorption and potency like no other supplement in the market. This ensures that you receive the maximum benefits from each component. So that's the only safe way to answer a question, because we cannot affiliate, and even privately, if you type something. We were chatting to a prospect the other day, and she asked a question from somebody, and I gave that response. And she went on to say that her dad, who she was asking the question for, was a lawyer in kind of in that space. And like, imagine if someone had said, oh yeah, we can cure this, we can cure that. Boom, you could have had us all shut down, just because loose lips sink ships. So make sure you stick to the process and you don't make medical claims. But we want to flood the Numi Nuyu page right now, this next 7 days, with testimonials, not just about neuro, but we want those. We want as many as possible. We want them about normal, more energy, the before and after photographs. We just want to flood it. So if you have a great testimonial and put it in any other group, that's nice. You're not in the competition. You're only in the competition if you add it to the Numi Nuyu group, which is the central source for everybody to use, which corporate manages. So in the next 7 days, flood your testimonials in there. And then at 7 days from now, we're going to have a look at those testimonials, and the company will randomly pick a winner. Members Night next week is Corporate's event again, and we're announcing some other things, and they will announce the winner in 7 days from now. So get your testimonials, make sure they're compliant, don't mention anything non-compliant, and get them in as fast as you can. Now, final thing, why are we doing that? Well, yesterday people said to me, how did you create an extra media in your app? I'll show you one more example, and then I'll tell you exactly how to work out how to do it. Okay, so testimonials, not just for neuro, as someone just typed, just clarifying what I said a second ago, for any product, you all go into the draw. So we want to flood that with more and more and more testimonials, and make sure people understand that is the central place for trusted testimonials if you want them to be used by other people. So back into the app again, the very first, the third video, module number 3, adding media, which I'm not going to play now. Oops, I can't show it on here anyway. But the very third one is called adding media. And in there, I basically used an example of going into the YouTube, into the, where are we? Give me 10 seconds. I'm just going to bring up the New Me, New You page. What I did, and you can find out how to do it by watching it, I scrolled down until I found my favorite testimonial. And I know that we've seen Ryan do this, and I can do it now, but you won't get it. We need you to do it yourself. And so I took this testimonial, which is fantastic. I love it because it's a trusted before and after, because it doesn't have different lighting. Sometimes, and I know our products work on everybody, but sometimes it saddens me when someone says, look at my photo, and they've got a light above them showing creases in their face because of shadows. And then they've got one in front of them afterwards, which you go, look, I know the product's working, but you've just taken away some credibility. This one has the light coming from the front in both, which is exactly the same and shows the before and afters, and very, very, very credible. So I took that one, I took the screenshot of it, I copied the wording from it, and I just put it into my app. So the idea here today is we're launching Neuro. We want to get all these testimonials on Neuro and the other products. We get them into the New Me, New You Facebook group, and every one of you can start using them. So you're giving your permission for everyone to use them when you put them in the central group. Quick showing example here. Again, don't expect to learn this. To see, I'm showing you the what, not the how. If you go into, say, where are we? Into a playlist. Actually, I'll show you how to do one thing here. So up the top, uploads. There is the one. If I click the plus button on the right, so I've taken the screenshot of it, taken the wording, click the plus button, and I said, look, I want this to go in my playlist. Actually, no, I want it to go on my site, right? If I now go to my site at the top of the page and I scroll down, there it is. Okay, so that's a before and after photograph in my site. So we've shown you all of this just to say, hey, you can see full circle now. Launch Neuro, get the testimonials, have a competition. Everyone goes into that. Everyone starts creating new media. If you don't know how, you can go watch that tutorial. Boom, we're on fire. So that's enough for me. We're right on the hour, and we've been able to cram it all in 60 minutes. So thank you, Sergio, for today. That was amazing. Thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Ryan. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. See you on the next call.